Hi everyone, now when I get a new smartphone filmmaking accessory, there are a few things I always look for. Is the accessory going to give me more flexibility? Is it very adaptable to different situations? Is it going to help me be more creative and come up with new shots or new ways of filmmaking? And is it going to be budget friendly? Well, this accessory that I'm talking to you about today does all of those things and more, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look and see what exactly comes with this magic arm and clamp by SmallRig. Now this is the magic arm by SmallRig, and it is aluminium, or if you're American, aluminum, by SmallRig, and you've got a 1/4 inch thread here, which you can then add the clamp to, or you can add a light or anything like that. And here you've got a mount where you can then slot on with a cold shoe another light or a microphone, whatever you want to put on there. And then here you've got the actual twist and lock system. So currently nothing can move at all whilst that's locked. So you can unscrew these bits, but you can't actually move the ball head mounts that come with this. Now when you actually unlock it, it's a really satisfying sound, I have to say. And it's very well built. Now whilst it's loose like this, every single part moves. So the ball head mount here, the ball head mount on this side moves. You get a full 360-degree spin on this as well, which just keeps on going and going. So you can't really break it, which is really nice. And then when you lock it, let's say we lock it here at full arm length and lock it there, none of this moves now. The whole arm, all the fixtures, all the joints are actually fixed in position now. Really tough, really strong. You've got metal cufflinks if you like for the ball head mounts, and the ball head mounts are really great because they'll give you ultimate flexibility along with this sort of hip joint, if you like, of the magic arm. So you can then maneuver every part of this into every sort of angle that you want to. So this will be really useful. Now this is the clamp. This metal bit doesn't come out, it will slide side to side, and you can turn it around like this to open up, and then opposite to close it down. Now in the actual padding of this, it feels not that soft, so it's quite tough. This feels like plastic, so it's not sort of a nice cushioned presence, if you like, for putting it on something that's delicate, but it is quite tough and quite strong, so I imagine this will be very durable. And you've got pure metal here as well. Now you've got a big screw mount here. I can't remember what size it is, I'll put it on the screen later on. But this one is a 1/4 inch screw mount. Now with this, you can actually fix it to the magic arm itself. So you put it in, and then hey presto, you've got yourself the magic arm with the clamp ready to go and ready to work. Now the first way you can use this magic arm with the clamp is actually to use it to light up product shots or videos that you're making at home about various sort of hobbies and things. So you can see that we've got the clamp mounted onto the table. We've got the ball head here pointing upwards. We've adjusted the hip area of the actual magic arm itself, locked it in place, and we have the ball head mount at the top here, angled down at the table with a pretty heavy light. This is my RGB F7 pocket light. This is pretty hefty light, it weighs about 300 grams. Now this magic arm itself weighs about 385 grams, and it can hold 1.5 kilograms. So it's got a really strong payload to it. And you can just fiddle around with the light all you want, and it's not going anywhere, and you can light up your products really nicely, and it doesn't take any effort whatsoever. And let's see if it's actually left any kind of markings. This is great actually, because you can move this pole in and out. It doesn't matter what angle you've got it in, you can still, as you can see there, loosen it up no matter how tight the angle is on the clamp. And it hasn't left any markings on the table whatsoever. So that's really promising so far. Now the next effort is going to be to get this, as my iPhone 12, onto this door frame here at the top to try and do a bird's eye view. Now this may not be high enough really, as I am pretty tall, and this is really good as well for filming on your own, because if you want to get angles and you've got no one there to film with you, then something that's sturdy like this could be a real help. Angle it up slightly, and I can even see the view, how it looks whilst I'm here as well. And it looks really nice. Now this is obviously very close to my head here, so it's not going to be the same as if we had it maybe a foot higher, but this is just a plain ceiling, there's nothing I can actually clip it to on the ceiling. But you can tell that it's so strong on this door frame that it's not budging at all, and the kind of flexibility you get with this, that you can film these kind of shots without anybody with you, is a huge plus to the SmallRig magic arm and clamp. Now it would be remiss of me not to say that this strong clamp actually has made a bit of a crack in the paintwork on this door frame, which you can perhaps see there. So just be aware that if you've got something delicate that could get damaged, you probably don't want to put the clamp on here. If you've got something really tough, really durable, then this will work really, really well. Now, another fantastic feature and way to use this magic arm and clamp is to replace a tripod. So if you're out and about and you just don't want to be carrying massive tripods around with you, take this and you can clamp it onto trees, branches, benches, anything, wherever you are, and you've got yourself a really nice all-in-one setup. And I have to say, this is proving really versatile beyond what I was expecting. Now, I didn't expect this magic arm and clamp to replace a tripod, but it really is going to be so much better to carry something that's so small and so compact, something that you can actually carry in your pocket, rather than taking a whole tripod, having to undo the legs and stretch them out, which can be a real pain when you're going from location to location and trying to save time. This is a really good way to use the magic arm and clamp and really extends its versatility and use throughout anywhere that you go. Now, one of the best parts about this magic arm and clamp feature is that you can use it in really, really tight spaces. So here you can see with the shower head here, I've attached the clamp to the actual fixture of the shower head that's against the wall, not the ball head, because that would be too all over the place and moving around too much. But with that pin that you can use to actually maneuver and tighten that clamp, it can slide back and forth, allowing you to get into any tight space in any situation. Now, of course, you couldn't get yourself behind the shower head, but being able to stand up on the stool on the edge of the bathtub like I am here, you can start to angle that phone and see which kind of shots that you want. You can then angle the shower head, see where you want it. You can re-angle the phone to get the angles that you want, and you can change the focus from the shower head to someone who's in the shower, for example, if you're doing a horror film, something like that. It's a really flexible tool to use, and if you're a one-man band, you will not need a whole crew of people to create really creative shots. Now, I've seen people use this clamp and magic arm on a number of different vehicles. I've seen people use it on a motorbike, a car. Cindy, if you're watching, it's a great scene that you created there. And I want to try it now on a skateboard to see how rough the footage is going to come out. Will it suit skateboarding? And also, will it even hold if I go faster and faster? Okay, so this is the setup I have going on here. So we've got the clamp right on the sort of top half of the skateboard, if you like. I've got the arm bent in the middle going across the skateboard to give you a point of view at the front of the skateboard going forward. Now, unfortunately, this experiment was a massive failure. So on a skateboard, there's no suspension, the wheels aren't very soft like they are on a bicycle's tyres without suspension, or car tyres with suspension, so this just doesn't work very well at all. But if you have a bike or a car, I think this would work really well. Okay, so the next shot we're going to look at is a CCTV shot. Now, with this ultimate flexibility that we get with the magic arm and clamp by Smallrig, I'm going to attach it to this fairly thick panel of wood on the fence. We've got ground that's lower than where I'm standing now, just over the side of this fence. So we're going to create a really nice natural looking, well, I say natural looking, real looking CCTV shot right over this fence. And this fence is actually probably perfect for this clamp. It's a really nice thickness. And then we can angle this down. I mean, it already looks really good. So let's try and angle it to get a bit more interest in the shot. Angle it down. So you can use this at different angles, different heights, different locations, anywhere you can latch this onto and create really great CCTV footage. Add an overlay afterwards, maybe make it black and white if you want to, make it look a bit old school. As you can see, this looks absolutely quality, so you can use this in a variety of situations, and it's a really great way to utilize the Smallrig magic arm and clamp. Now, the next shot we're going to look at is getting a object POV shot. Now, the plate here is going to have pretty delicate edges on here, so when we're using a clamp that's as strong as the Smallrig magic arm with the clamp, and how strong this clip is going to be on there, we really want to make sure that we don't crack this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the T-towel, and we're not going to use a curved plate because this has got curved edges. We want one that's got more of a flat edge. We're going to loosen this so we can get it nice and floppy. Going to clamp this nice and tight, and again, this T-towel is really going to allow us to do that so we don't damage the plate. I was going to manipulate the silver part, so we've got the ball head here showing. We're going to maneuver that here, lower it down. Now we can get the foam clamp low, keep that pin out. Okay, and this is it working, and you can see these POV shots on objects are absolutely brilliant. It adds something really different like you'd see in Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, where they do a lot of POV shots of objects, of locations, of vehicles, and it's a really, really nice way to get creative, and you can use this on so many different things as well. Overall, I really cannot recommend this enough. Between £20 and £25 is what this costs online, and it is absolutely superb. the flexibility you get, the amount of times that you'll be able to use this in tricky situations. It will help you so much and get you angles and camera shots that you would never be able to get without this. Even with an octopus tripod, I think this gives you more flexibility in the long run, particularly if you're in tight spaces. If you want to check out the app that I've been using for this video, then I have been using the Blackmagic camera app, which is free on iOS devices and a lot of the Android devices as well, particularly the newest ones. So check out my tutorial playlist right here, right now. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.